Hollywood has a habit of embracing a woman only once it finds a neat label for her. Mayim Bialik never fit neatly into any label. America first fell in love with her as Blossom, the clever, quirky girl in the signature hat. Later, she returned as Amy Farrah Fowler, a neuroscientist on screen played by a woman who held a real PhD in neuroscience from UCLA. That depth should have made her unforgettable. Instead, it made her tougher to box in. Behind the sharp mind, the strong faith, the role of mother, and the recognizable face lay a more private struggle. A marriage that split into separate homes, a body recovering under watchful eyes, personal decisions turned into public debate, and a Jeopardy hosting run that ended in the long shadow of a television icon. People kept trying to pin Mayim down before they had really heard her. Now, turning 50, she carries the weight of someone who has been seen in fragments her whole life. Before we dive in, drop a like to honor Mayim and every woman who has been misread yet refused to stay silent. From early on, school books and audition sides shared the same table in a Los Angeles home. Born on December 12, 1975, in San Diego and raised in LA by Barry Bollick and Beverly Winkleman, Mayim grew up in a Jewish family that valued learning, heritage, and identity. Her name, Mayim, Hebrew for water, carried a soft strength for a girl navigating an industry of bright lights, fast judgments, and faces turned into commodities before they could fully form. Family stories of Jewish ancestors from Eastern Europe filled her home. Outside, casting calls and studio gates waited. Mayim lived between two worlds, cultural roots and the entertainment machine. The tension was quiet, ordinary days mixing school, family talks, and the odd feeling of being cherished privately while being judged publicly by strangers with cameras. The camera discovered her young. In 1988, she appeared in Pumpkinhead and Beaches. There's a special unease for a child stepping onto a set for the first time. Directions from adults, floor marks, lights making everything feel exposed. Mayim would finish a scene and head back to homework, holding lines from scripts alongside school lessons and home prayers. Before the world knew her as Blossom, TV had already carved out a limited space for her. When Blossom premiered in 1991, it brought a colorful, witty, awkward teenage girl who stood out from the usual polished stars. The show ran until 1995, gathering families in living rooms across America. Mayim played a relatable teen, smart, funny, imperfect. That authenticity won hearts. It also turned her into an easy image, the hat, the outfits, the distinctive style. Viewers saw a girl who made awkwardness endearing and helped many young people feel seen. Yet behind the screen, a real teenager was growing up with very little privacy. The love for Blossom was genuine, but so was the trap it created. The public embraced the character long before knowing the person. That's the complicated deal for child stars. The more affection you receive, the harder it can be to step out of the version people first adored. By the mid-90s, Mayim stepped back from the constant studio pace. She moved toward books, laboratories, and the quiet discipline of building a self harder to define. At UCLA, she pursued neuroscience alongside Hebrew and Jewish studies, earning her bachelor's degree in 2000 and her doctorate in 2007. Those years were filled with lectures, research, exams, self-doubt, and effort that went unapplauded. When she returned to TV in 2010 as Amy Farrah Fowler on The Big Bang Theory, the timing felt poetic. A real neuroscientist playing a scientist on one of America's biggest comedies. The role earned her 4 Emmy nominations and let her return as a grown woman carrying real depth, scholarship, faith, motherhood, and a complex personal life. Mayim married Michael Stone in 2003. They welcomed 2 sons, Miles and Frederick, for almost a decade. Family life ran alongside her work. When the marriage ended after nearly 10 years, the change came quietly. Life split into 2 homes. The children adapted to new routines. A mother learned to hold things together while the old family shape shifted. Love turned into careful logistics and daily grace. While navigating this new family reality, her body delivered its own reminder of vulnerability. In 2012, a car accident in Los Angeles left her with injuries to her left hand and thumb. The visible splint appeared during a time when the spotlight wanted perfection. Even minor injuries feel bigger when your every move is watched. Mayim had been open about attachment parenting, breastfeeding, co-sleeping, and natural family choices. As a public figure, actress, scientist, Jewish mother, her words carried extra weight. Online conversations, including on Reddit, often debated and divided her into different boxes. A 2017 essay on women and safety in Hollywood drew strong reactions. Mayim later expressed pain over how her words were interpreted, but the discussion had already taken on its own life. As she reached middle age, the Blossom image gave way to more complex ones. Then came the Jeopardy podium. After Alex Trebek's passing, the role carried heavy expectations. Mayim hosted during the transition period. In December 2023, she shared that Sony had decided she would no longer host the syndicated version, citing a desire for continuity with Ken Jennings. The Jeopardy chapter ended with dignity but carried its own emotional weight. She had worn many hats, Blossom, scholar, Amy, and host in a legendary spot. The show continued without her in that role. Afterwards, she turned to a more intimate space. Mayim Bialik's Breakdown podcast, co-created with Jonathan Cohen, became a place for honest talks on mental health, science, spirituality, anxiety, family, and the messy reality of being human.